Hey guys, Ill Factor here. Now recently I've been getting a lot of requests from people asking if I could do a video on vocal comping in Ableton Live. So in this video I want to walk you through my process of doing some vocal comping. And if you're not familiar with that concept, vocal comping is simply just taking numerous of multiple takes of recorded vocals and choosing the best performances of those takes and compiling them into one good overall take. So I'm going to show you how I go about doing that in Ableton Live. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, if you're asking yourself, what's the big deal with vocal comping? Why not just record it once, get it right, drop the mic, do some breakdance fighting, go out, get some food, and call it a day? Hey, I'm with you. That would be great, but that's rarely not the case. Especially in the creative atmosphere, it's going to take multiple recording takes so you get the right feel, the right performance, and it's all about capturing the right performance. I can really care less about getting a performance that's spot on with pitch, because I can fix that, but I can't really bring up a plugin to add performance or attitude or the right phrasing. So I'd rather capture that, and sometimes that just takes multiple recordings. And so whether you're working with somebody else and you're tracking their vocals or you're tracking your own vocals, this is a really good system and a workflow to actually get that right performance and take the best pieces of the recordings that you're doing and then compile them into one. So let me go ahead and walk you through that now. So we're going to do this process in the arrangement window. And there's multiple ways you can do vocal comping in Ableton Live, but I'm really just sticking to my current workflow and my method. So in this arrangement window, I have an 8-bar loop here. So I'm going to just select this and I'm going to hit Command L, or just simply just go over here and loop. This will turn on your loop brackets, which is these brackets over here, right? That determines the start and the end of your loop. Now this is important because what we're going to do is we're going to constantly loop this 8-bar section of this song and just continuously record over and over and over. And what we're going to see is that Ableton Live will continuously keep those recorded sections, and then I'm going to show you how we go about comping and selecting the right parts. So let's go ahead and track some vocals. So I'm going to make sure that this vocal track is record armed, and we'll go ahead and start right at the beginning of this loop. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and key map. Now this is just a personal preference, and I'm going to go to the global record button here on the transport. I'm going to just tap that so it's selected, and I'm just going to simply choose the number 3 on my number pad on my computer keyboard. That way I can just always hit and punch in, punch out with just by simply hitting the number 3 and not always having to drag my mouse to that global record button. Just makes it a little easier, and it's just something I got used to doing. So now I can go here at the beginning. Let's go ahead and hit number 3 or the global record button and start recording.
Find my way back here, yeah. Ooh, I find my way back here, yeah. Ooh, find my way back here, yeah. Oh, find my way back here, yeah. I find my way back here, yeah. Ooh, I find my way back here, yeah. Ooh, find my way back here. I find my way back here, yeah.
So what we did was we just had a bunch of runs, different takes, and multiple versions of that melody, of that vocal that was being recorded in that 8-bar loop. And so what we're going to do now is just simply double click the remaining recorded region that we see in our arrangement window. So just double click this and you'll notice that in the bottom screen you're seeing all of the previous takes. If you were thinking, man, and originally when I was doing this in Ableton Live, I thought, why is it always overwriting my vocals? That stinks. But it's not. It's keeping it. And the best way to do this is just fragmenting it in the 8-bar loops. So what I mean by that is just what we're gonna do is, as you can see, this is starting a little bit early, and that's because this region, when we stopped recording, we stopped it here, so it's a new region. So just bring it back, and there you go. And now we have a perfect 8-bar loop, right? So second step is just click the loop button. And the reason why you want to click the loop button is because now you can literally just click the loop bracket here in the clip view window on the bottom and just change this around. And as you notice in the arrangement window, this is actually altering the 8 bars that we see of vocals on top. So this is really beneficial to just, you know, auditioning different takes, seeing which one you like. So I'm going to go to the very first performance. We'll go to the very first one there. And
find my way back here, yeah.
So let's say that I wanted to change this section here. So we can just simply select that section and hold Command E to splice that individually. And whenever you do that, you're creating a separate region. So this is no longer, it's independent. So what I mean by that is if you change this, if you change the pitch of this, or if you go ahead and start browsing for another take, as you can see what's happening here, it will no longer affect these regions, which is great because now I can go here and say, okay, I can just go ahead and remove this whole bracket. And what about the same riff from another take? Or I can just go over here and say, see how Ableton Live always keeps the same placement of that timing for that performance, which is great because now all I got to do is, you know, go through and comb through some of the takes that were kind of better than the one that I was currently auditioning. So I'm gonna go to the second one. We'll go to this one here, and now we have, so what we've got is we've got the first part coming from the very first take. Then when we click this, we've got the second, or the end of that phrase, coming from the second take. And we can go ahead and start choosing a whole nother alternate take here. So you kind of get the idea. We're able to now nitpick specific performances that we don't really like, but now can comb through the performances and choose the one that we like. So let's just say that, let's just say this section here, we're going to go ahead and find another performance. So how about the one from...
Find my way back here, yeah.
So now what we've got is we've got a couple different takes being compiled as one. As you can see, this one is coming from the last take. This one's coming once again from the third, and this one's still remaining from that. So here's a great trick now. So this is just one vocal take. Now what we can do is just simply duplicate this, and this is duplicating the same exact track with the same settings and things like that. And I can now go into here to create a whole double of that. Now what I mean by this is if you simply just can't copy and paste an identical vocal performance to another audio track. You're getting a phasing. It's not going to work. So you can use this method to create doubling and widen up and beef up the lead vocal or any of the vocals. So let's go to that lead vocal here and let's just stretch that back to the overall first 8-bar performance. And now let's go on the track underneath and let's just select the second performance. And let's bring this all back. So now we have two different performances of the same melody line. And so this won't give us the phasing, and this will get us that nice doubled effect that we're looking for. So we have variations going on there. So what I can do is just find a take that matches that first one. So the third one seems to be matching. So let's just go ahead and go with that one.
I find my way back here, yeah. Ooh.
So you see how the beginning had this harmony here. So now I'm gonna go and find another take that has that just that beginning section. And I can just now go ahead and move this over so that it's with the time.
I find my way back here, yeah.
So this method of vocal comping in Ableton Live, being able to loop record, and then when you finally, felt like you've captured the right performance, stopping and then going back and previewing them and editing them, it's been really, really beneficial for me in my workflow. So I hope it does the same for you. And you're not just limited to just doing this with vocals. Obviously, you can do this when, tracking guitars or any other instrument. Also with your MIDI instruments as well. You could just loop a certain section in the arrangement window and continuously loop until you've gotten the right performance, and then you can go doing the same method that we did with the vocals, go back and forth. And this is, like I said, another great way to double your vocals and things like that. So I hope this is beneficial. I hope this helps you out. Now I also have a free gift for you. So if you click the link below in the description box, I'd love to just give you a free Ableton Live set that includes a vocal chain that I've put together to get your vocals sounding good in the mix. And these are just using stock plugins with Ableton Live. Also, I've got a great delay that you could place in your auxiliary return track. That'll be really, really helpful for your mixes as well. So that's absolutely yours for free. Click the link below in the description box to go ahead and download that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.